Thanks for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. I just want to let you know that as you're looking live here, what you're looking at live here at is a press conference that is about to begin. This is just kind of the staging area for a press conference that is about to begin at any moment now with Cobb County Police. And they're expected to give an update on the death of a child who was left in a car for an extended period of time. Let me show you some footage that our crews captured from the scene. So here's what we know about what happened. At 6:49 p.m. yesterday, Cobb County Police responded to 884 Wanda Circle. They had received a call that a child had been in a vehicle for an extended period of time. That child was transported by ambulance to a local hospital, according to Cobb County Police, but unfortunately could not be saved and was pronounced dead there at the hospital. Detectives with the Major Crimes Unit responded to the scene and have assumed the investigation. It's still a very active investigation. We're still working to get more information on exactly what happened. As we wait for, again, this live press conference to begin at any moment now with this update from Cobb County Police, let's get a little bit of background from Atlanta News First reporter Rebecca Schramm.
Some sort of criminal negligence or whether it was a tragic accident. Here's what we've learned about what happened. Police got the call at about 10 till 7 yesterday evening to respond to Wanda Circle, which is an unincorporated Cobb County near where Windy Hill meets Austell Road. When officers arrived, they learned that someone discovered a child had been in a car for an extended amount of time. And if you were outside yesterday afternoon and evening, you know it was about 90 degrees, perhaps much hotter inside that car, depending on whether the windows were up. Paramedics rushed the child to the hospital, but it was too late. The child did not survive. We spoke with a neighbor who says it was a horrible moment when people started realizing what was happening.
They were brought into the house blue-faced and...
Going live now to this press conference with Cobb County Police.
Welcome everybody and thank you for your interest in this story. Unfortunately, last evening we began an investigation on the death of a child from a hot car incident. My only role today really is to extend our sympathies to the family and the friends and the neighbors and all those who are affected by this tragedy. My only other message to the community right now is that we need some time to sort this out before we really know what happened. If I was in the position of this father, mother, sibling, friend, I would want a lot of grace right now and a lot of support, and that's what I would ask of our community. We have a great community. I would ask just for support right now. We have time to sort out the facts of this case, and we will do what is right. But we don't know right now whether or not criminal charges are warranted or whether or not outrage is warranted. But we do know that support is warranted. The only other message which we will convey at some point today is the details that we can release today. And obviously for people to really, really, really be careful in this heat. This is one example of some things that can go wrong, but there are others. So we just ask people to be cognizant of that and be careful. That really concludes my statement. I will turn this over to Sergeant Smith. I will not be taking questions, and Sergeant Smith will give you guys what we have, okay? Thank y'all for coming. We appreciate you.
Good morning. My name is Sergeant Eric Smith. I'm assigned to the Public Information Office for the Cobb County Police Department. On yesterday, July 2nd, at approximately 5:36 p.m., Cobb County Police uniformed patrol officers responded to the address of 884 Wanda Circle, located in Marietta, Georgia, which is an address in unincorporated Cobb County. The call was in reference to a child who was found unresponsive in a vehicle. Officers arrived along with Cobb County Fire and EMS, and the 2-year-old child was transported by ambulance to Kennestone Hospital, where he was unfortunately pronounced deceased. The Cobb County Crimes Against Persons Unit was notified and began the investigation. The investigation into this tragic incident remains active. At this time, there is no evidence to suggest that the child was left inside the vehicle. No criminal charges have been filed at this time. The next of kin was notified, and the Cobb County Medical Examiner's Office assumed jurisdiction of the deceased. This incident remains under investigation. Anyone with information is requested to call the Cobb County Police Department's Crimes Against Person Unit at 770-499-3945. The case number assigned to this incident is 240-44-573. At this time, I will open the floor for questions, but keep in mind this is in the very early stages of this investigation, so there is some information we simply do not have.
Sergeant, can you talk about the,
Well, yes, ma'am.
just the demeanor of the parents, how they're doing, how the family is doing?
As a parent, I can certainly sympathize that I'm sure they're very upset and distraught, but I have not had an opportunity to meet with them, so I don't have an exact answer for that question. Yes, ma'am.
Smith, do you know how long the toddler was in the car and how hot it was?
We do not know how long the child was in the car. As far as the temperature, it was, again, about 5 o'clock yesterday, which is still very hot, so it was well in excess of 90 degrees ambient temperature. I cannot comment as to what the temperature inside the vehicle would have been.
Did the little boy live in that home, or were he and his family visiting that home?
I do not have an answer to that, but I can check into it and possibly follow up.
Detectives on the scene yesterday said that they believed that the toddler had been in there for a couple of hours. Would you say more than an hour?
I do not have that information. We can find that out and try to follow up.
Do you know if the child was with a parent, a family member in the car was driving it, or
The car was parked at the time, from what I understand.
who was the driver that
I do not have that information.
So maybe the owner of the vehicle?
Do not have that information. But again, the case number was given earlier. So at this time, that concludes questions, and thank you all for coming out. Okay.
So Cobb County Police just wrapping up their press conference, providing an update on the death of a child inside of a hot car. Here's some video shot previously from the scene as the investigation is underway. Again, Cobb County Police saying that shortly before 7 o'clock last night, they responded to 884 Wanda Circle in Cobb County after receiving a call that a child had been in a vehicle for an extended period of time. That child was taken by ambulance to a local hospital, but unfortunately doctors couldn't save the child, and this child was later pronounced dead. What we have learned right now is that police are saying there's no evidence that the child was actually left in the car. However, they are saying that the car was hot. So it's still not clear how exactly the child got in the car. Apparently was not left in the car, according to Cobb County Police. But that's all under investigation. And Cobb County Police also saying it's not clear at this time if charges are warranted, even if outrage is warranted. But it is clear that a lot of support is what is warranted and needed at this time. We're going to keep following all the breaking developments here on Atlanta News First and Atlanta News First Plus. Download our free app to get the latest updates sent right to your phone. Thanks for joining us.